Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for a Q&A about Oracle Test Automation. As more of our customers prepare for our migration to Oracle Cloud, we've received a lot of questions about how to build a testing strategy that can help streamline Oracle changes and reduce risk. Joining me today to answer those questions are Tricentis experts Will Berry and Tim Lee. Hello, guys.
Hey,
Hi.
Danny. Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much for joining us. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, our first question is, why is test automation so important for Oracle teams today?
Yeah, let me take that one. I think that there's a couple of things that are going on inside of organizations right now, and most of it is doing our best to like modernize all the different systems we have and streamline communication across like our employees and our customers, and making sure that everybody has the information they need to make decisions when they need to at the moment they need it. So in that change is it's just almost constant now. So that ability to kind of protect your core business that's running through those Oracle solutions, being able to make sure that data that is inbound from one system is correct, and arriving at the next system is correct, making sure that the performance across all of those systems is at the maximum that it can be, and you're not also overpaying for resources as you start to look at moving towards cloud solutions where you're spinning up multiple servers. So when you kind of just add up everything that's going on around an organization, and you think about how critical Oracle apps are to an organization, it's really imperative that you have a good quality strategy, because that's really at the heart of your systems.
Yeah, and just to kind of add to that, I think that we live in a world where I think a lot of people still see automated testing as a luxury, and as technology is advancing, we're seeing more and more that there are going to be aspects of that technology that cannot be tested manually. It's just not a possibility anymore. So as the technology grows, and as Bill said, as the innovation becomes more and more important for customers, being able to do that quickly and with agility is going to be extremely important.
Great. Thank you. Okay, our second question that we have today is, with being a big rise in the term no code, what does that mean to you guys?
What is no code, like, as no code is becoming a more popular phrase? What does that mean to us?
Yes.
Yeah, so the way that I usually look at the no code conversation is on three levels. We hear about no code, we hear about low code, which would be sort of a hybrid of the two, and then the final one being pro code. And for a no code strategy, the reason why that's becoming more and more important to customers is there's been that push to shift left, right? We want to engage our non-developers. We want to keep testing and quality to be part of a conversation that can be had not just by people that understand JavaScript, but by people that are actually using the tool itself. And one of the limitations that we've traditionally seen with a no-code model is what you're doing is you're putting the capabilities of that tool on Rails. There's a sort of certain limited amount of things that you can do without having the ability to do that full pro code methodology. And so if you were to ask a developer which one is better, no code or low code, they would say, oh, of course, pro code is better. I can do so much more with that. And one of the ways that we are able to combat that with our tools like Tosca is we have more of a model based strategy for doing no code. And what that does is that takes the pieces of the test and still keeps them in individual modules, and allows you to interact with that individual piece, sort of like building blocks in a way. So it's a way that makes no code accessible, but also removes those limitations, those rails, and allows you to really open up what are the capabilities of what a no code solution can do.
Yeah, and one more thing to add to that, because I think that was spot on. There's I sometimes run into some confusion of more of like a record and playback being considered like a no code solution. And while it is, it isn't, right? Like a good no code solution is going to give you the power that somebody that pro code has, right? And that's what Tosca and our solutions do in empowering somebody that's like a subject matter expert, because it's so important nowadays that you actually understand the system that is under test from a process standpoint, so that you can actually hit your core business functionality that you're utilizing in that system, and also then benefit from kind of like all of those like touch points and like unique capabilities and drivers that you can do from a no code standpoint, while not falling over into like the record and playback, which is just like, hey, I click this button and that's all the system can do now is just click that button. Tosca empowers the people to be able to configure and set it up correctly from a no code standpoint, which is almost like, taking the pro code and just kind of putting it into a subject matter expert's hands.
Yeah. The end result is very much like a house of cards like that. Because if you were to do like the recorder method, which, recorder methods work great for some purposes. But you still end up with, like Will said, that final just unit of a test. Whereas with a house of cards, if you wanted to change one thing and you pull one card out, everything falls down. And with a more model-based strategy, doing it that way, you can isolate that one card, pull it out, change it, and put it back, and have a completely different house of cards by the end, based on how that's set up.